político, social y económico de la Argentina.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've all seen the news by now because it is trending absolutely everywhere. The left aren't too happy with somebody like this being elected. The people of Argentina have risen up, they've spoken up, and they have voted for their next president, Javier Milei. And it's trending everywhere because obviously becoming the president of any country is always big news, but also because of how he speaks and what he speaks about. He's anti-woke, anti-socialism, pretty much anti anything to do with the left, and when you go down that route, you're obviously going to get the label by default in the mainstream media. He's far right. Still now, liberal mainstream media are saying he's far right. He's also being called Argentina's Donald Trump. Somehow, some way, that's meant to be an insult. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know everything or even a lot about Argentinian politics. I really don't. I've seen a couple of things on social media, reading up on a few things, and their economy isn't in a good place. You know, it's really bad. Right now, their inflation is through the roof. When we hear inflation rising in our countries, we sit there and think, okay, that's bad, but their inflation, triple digits. The people want a change. They want a better life. And I've seen a few of the videos on the internet, on YouTube or whatever, and it's crazy to see what Argentinians go through. You don't normally see that side because it's not really reported in our media, etc., etc. But obviously they've had enough and they want somebody who's going to come in and potentially restructure the whole economy as he wants to do. He wants other things done that are going to benefit the people, and clearly it's resonated with them. But before we get into this one, if you could make sure to leave a like rating, as it really helps out the video. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video. But the New York Post report: Argentina elects shock therapy libertarian Javier Milei as president. Argentina elected libertarian outsider Javier Milei as its new president on Sunday, rolling the dice on an outsider with radical views to fix an economy battered by triple-digit inflation, a looming recession, and rising poverty. Again, I had no idea Argentina was going through that situation, so it just shows you how much change they need, and the people have voted for this man. Official results have not been released, but his rival Peronist economy minister Sergio Massa conceded in a speech. His candidacy was hampered by the country's worst economic crisis in 2 decades while he's been at the helm. Milei is pledging economic shock therapy. His plans include shutting the central bank, ditching the peso, and slashing spending, potentially painful reforms that resonated with voters angry at the economic malaise but sparked fears of austerity in others. Milei is the new thing. He's a bit of an unknown and it is a little scary, but it's time to turn over a new page to 31-year-old restaurant worker Christian as he voted on Sunday. But Milei's challenges are enormous. He will have to deal with the empty coffers of the government and central bank, a creaking $44 billion debt program with the International Monetary Fund, inflation nearing 150%, and a dizzying array of capital controls. With many Argentines, however, not fully convinced by either candidate, some have characterized the vote as a choice of lesser evil: fear of Milei's painful economic medicine versus anger at Massa and his Peronist party for an economic crisis that has left Argentina deeply in debt and unable to tap global credit markets. Milei has been particularly popular among the young, who have grown up seeing their country lurch from one crisis to another. Our generation is pushing the presidency of Milei to stop our country being a pariah, said Augustina Lister, 22, a student in Buenos Aires. So a big task ahead for this man. I think that's pretty obvious. Just looking at what we've read there, it's going to be a tough task. And I think they're going to have to go through a lot of pain still to get to that place. You don't get to somewhere good without going through the pain, which is unfortunate, but that is just, you know, life in general. You have to go through the bad to get to the good. Nothing gets done overnight, so it's going to take a long time, especially in politics. But interestingly, the younger voters resonated with this man the most. They've seen their country go from one crisis to another, and I also think this plays into it a little bit when younger voters see somebody with a lot of character, causes a little bit of controversy, you know, very charismatic. I think they just naturally gravitate towards them more. They see somebody who wants to shake things up, come in, and I think younger voters tend to like that a lot more. But for those of you that haven't seen this man in interviews, how he speaks, what he speaks about, it's absolutely crazy. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. Take a watch.
Turismo y deporte, afuera. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Aunque te resistas. Ministerio de Ciencia y Tecnología e Innovación, afuera. Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social, afuera. Ministerio de Educación, Adoctrinamiento, afuera. Ministerio de Transporte, afuera. Ministerio de Salud, afuera. Ministerio de Desarrollo Social, afuera. Se acabó el curro de la política. ¡Viva la libertad, carajo!
¿En qué locura estamos viviendo? La locura de la corrección política estúpida, donde básicamente, no, si ustedes no recitan el socialismo cool, si ustedes no son woke, entonces son violentos, son un peligro para la democracia. Vamos, muchachos.
Seguro.
Sigamos con estas estupideces y en lugar de ser 140, vamos a hacer la Villa Miseria más grande.
Al zurdo de mierda no le podés dar ni un milímetro.
Pero ¿me podés definir zurdo de mierda? Que no
Todos
lo
los que,
entiendo?
digamos, los colectivistas, los que ponen, digamos, o sea, esa idea... A ver,
¿Por qué le pones de mierda, digamos?
Porque son una mierda. O sea,
Pero vos mezclás...
no,
pero
pero es que
eso
si
es
pensás...
pero
si pensás distinto te van a aniquilar. Ese es el punto. Es decir, vos al zurdo no le podés dar un milímetro, porque le das un milímetro y lo toma para destrozarte. Es decir, digamos, o sea, vos no podés negociar con el zurdo. No se negocia. No se negocia con esa mierda, no se negocia porque te van a llevar puesto.
Donald Trump is running for president again in the United States, as you know. What advice would you give him?
Que continúe con su lucha en contra del socialismo, porque es uno de los pocos que entendió cabalmente que la pelea es contra el socialismo, que la pelea es contra los estatistas, y comprendió perfectamente que la generación de riqueza proviene del sector privado. Es decir, el Estado no crea riqueza, el Estado la destruye. El Estado no puede dar nada porque no produce nada, y cuando lo quiere hacer además lo hace mal. Entonces, me parece que si yo, desde mi pequeño lugar, lo único que podría decirle es que redoble los esfuerzos en la misma dirección de defender las ideas de la libertad y de no darle tregua ni un solo segundo a los socialistas.
Yeah, not somebody who talks like they're having their stuff written for them, right? Not a classic robotic politician like we have in British politics, not gonna lie. Compare that to anyone we've got, yeah, paint drying's got more personality. In fact, if anybody spoke like that in British politics, they'd be fired. The next day, you're not allowed to have a personality, apparently. But talking of Tucker Carlson, as you saw in that clip, he's also been in Spain, where there are mass protests against their socialist prime minister in their thousands. So it seems like it's not working as people promised. People's lives are getting worse and people want change. He's also been endorsed, by the way, by a couple of notable politicians. Vivek Ramaswamy also reacted to this guy being elected. Take a watch.
Javier Milei won the Argentinian election. Good news, I would say. Finally a guy who knows how to cut a bureaucracy, or at least wants to. It's better than most. He's actually a staunch libertarian, somebody who understands the perils of government. You've got Argentina with 125% plus annual year-on-year inflation, economic stagnation. Liberate them. Right now, globally, you have this great reset, the disaster of institutional elites across transnational boundaries, shackling the countries through their transnational economic policies. And then you've got the Great Uprising in response that says hell no to that vision. Well, score one for the Great Uprising in Argentina. We need to bring that to the United States of America. And I wish him well. Tear down the bureaucracy, shut it down, revive your country, and we're going to see if we can't do the same thing here in the United States.
So a lot of support on social media. I don't think I need to say that. He's trending everywhere. People are saying this is great for Argentina. They need somebody like this. I wish we could have somebody like this in our country. That's what a lot of people are saying. And it's not hard to see why. I do genuinely hope he can make the change that he's promising. Argentina clearly is going through a lot and they need somebody to come in and help the economy, etc., etc. We've seen countless times before people say they're going to do things and nothing really happens. I'm sure he'll be up against very influential people who will want to push back against any change he wants to make. They don't like it, they don't like what he talks about, and they'll go against it. But leave your thoughts down below on this one, ladies and gentlemen. What are your thoughts on Javier Milei? Any Argentinian watchers that support the channel? Let me know your thoughts as well. I don't think I have too many of them, to be honest, but it will be interesting to see. If you have enjoyed today's video, then also make sure to leave a like rating again. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, comment on this video, share this video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.